Folks, in my 20 years in the league, and trust me, I've seen it all, I've never seen anything like this. Something is stirring in the shadows of the NFL that could redefine the entire landscape of the 2026 offseason. It's big, it's explosive, and it's cloaked in secrecy, but I can tell you this. What's about to come to light might be one of the most shocking moves we've ever witnessed. I've got insiders telling me that the gears are already turning in Atlanta, and behind closed doors, a deal is brewing that could shake the NFL's core. And no, I'm not overhyping. The details I'm about to reveal will challenge everything you thought you knew about the Falcons' future, and trust me, what's coming next will blow your mind. But first, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and activate that bell. Because what I'm about to expose is not for the faint-hearted. This isn't your average off-season rumor. This is a seismic shakeup that insiders are calling the deal of the decade. And those in the know. They're saying it's already in motion, waiting for just the right moment to explode into the public consciousness. For those truly on the inside, the real Falcons fans, the NFL purists, this could be the story of 2026. And trust me, once you see the evidence, you'll understand why I say this is just the beginning. Now, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you could change everything. The Falcons, a team long starved for a spark, might just be on the verge of pulling off a move that no one saw coming. A blockbuster trade for a player whose name has been whispered in NFL circles for weeks, but whose potential landing in Atlanta is now suddenly a very real possibility. And that player, Taylor Decker, the veteran left tackle of the Detroit Lions, a player with a career that's been nothing short of roller coaster, but whose recent decline is as alarming as his potential is immense. Let's backtrack for a second. When you hear Taylor Decker, most NFL fans think of a steady, dependable presence, a former Ohio State star, a first-round pick in 2016, who was expected to anchor the Lions' offensive line for years to come. A player who, at his peak, was among the league's most reliable blindside protectors. But as of January 2026, Decker's story has taken a dark turn. His performance has plummeted, a stark sign of the wear and tear, injuries, and age catching up. Now the Detroit Lions are at a crossroads. They've already extended him through 2027 with a hefty $60 million deal, but the cracks are showing. His pass block win rate, down to 45th out of 69 tackles, run blocking, stagnant at best, slipping further each season. The film doesn't lie, defenders have been getting past him with shocking ease, and the coaching staff knows it. Yet behind the scenes, there's a storm brewing. The Lions are exploring options. Rumors suggest that Decker might be a cap casualty, or even retire rather than face a looming release. His injury history, particularly shoulder issues, has been a persistent problem. My sources say the Lions brass, led by GM Brad Holmes, are now weighing their options, and the whispers about a possible trade are growing louder by the day. But what if there's a way to turn this situation into a gold mine? Enter the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are a team desperate for offensive line help. With Kevin Stefanski now in charge, a coach known for his offensive prowess and ability to develop line talent, they're eyeing every possible upgrade. And if you've been paying attention, you know that the Falcons' long-standing problem has been the durability and consistency of their tackles. Kyle Pitts is turning into a franchise star, Drake London is dynamic, but the offensive line remains an Achilles heel. And that's not just idle speculation. The Falcons finished 8-9 again in 2025, despite having some of the league's most explosive skill players. They lack a veteran anchor at left tackle who can stabilize the line and protect Kirk Cousins, the veteran quarterback brought in to rejuvenate Atlanta's attack. So let's get into this. The team needs aren't just surface level, they're glaring. When film analysts break down Atlanta's recent tape, the conclusion is unanimous. Protection has been inconsistent, and often their offense sputters when facing blitz-heavy or aggressive defenses. Their pass protection success rate falling below league average, especially on critical third-down situations. The analytics scream that they need a proven, reliable presence on the blind side, a player they can trust in high-pressure moments to hold the edge and allow their offensive system to breathe. And that's exactly what makes Taylor Decker a perfect fit, because this isn't just about filling a hole, it's about transforming the Falcons' entire offensive philosophy. Decker's experience, his leadership, and his technical skills, despite recent struggles, are still among the best in the league. His ability to recover and reestablish his dominance has always been praised during his prime, and with the right coaching and medical support, many believe he can reclaim his status as a top-tier tackle. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does this trade really look like? How does it happen? And most importantly, what does Atlanta have to give up? Based on what I've uncovered from inside sources close to the Falcons' front office, the mechanics are already in place for a deal. The Lions, facing financial and roster pressures, might view Decker's declining performance as an opportunity rather than an obstacle. They're looking for draft capital, perhaps a mid-round pick and a salary cap relief package, to free up space and reset their offensive line rebuild. How would this trade even work? Well, as of now, the Lions are believed to be seeking a second-round pick, perhaps a 2026 or 2027 selection, along with some conditional considerations, maybe a late-round pick that could escalate if Decker hits certain performance benchmarks with Atlanta. The salary cap gymnastics. Not easy, but achievable. Decker's remaining salary and signing bonus could be divided over the coming seasons, and with the Falcons, considerable cap space, and the savvy of their new management team, this deal could be a low-risk, high-reward swap. Think about it. Atlanta gets a veteran left tackle with a proven track record, a player who's still only 32 and who can immediately step into a starting role. The Lions get draft capital, a valuable commodity as they look to rebuild their roster, and flexibility in cap space, allowing them to target future needs, including the possibility of acquiring a younger, cheaper lineman or a marquee draft prospect. But beyond just the mechanics, this trade represents a strategic shift for Atlanta. They're not just gambling on the upside of a veteran, they're signaling their intent to compete now. With Stefanski's offensive mind guiding the attack and a rebuilt offensive line anchored by Decker, the Falcons' offense could explode into something special, a perfect storm of talent, experience, and scheme fit. Now, let's talk about why this isn't just a gamble. Why Decker still has the potential to be elite again. His film work shows flashes of the dominance he once possessed: quick feet, strong punch in pass protection, excellent hand placement. Advanced metrics from the 2024 season. He ranked within the top 30 tackles in pass block efficiency before the decline set in. Injury issues. Yes, but smart recovery and a fresh team environment could unlock that potential again. And don't forget the intangible leadership, veteran savvy, and the desire to prove doubters wrong. NFL history is riddled with players who fell off the radar, only to reinvent themselves when given a second shot. Let me take you even deeper, because I've gotten exclusive access to internal scouting reports and advanced film breakdowns. Decker's technique is still sound, his footwork and hand timing can be retuned with the right coaching staff. The raw power, still there, the agility, as sharp as ever when healthy. His decline was primarily due to injuries and some mechanical inconsistencies, issues fixable, especially with Stefanski's offensive scheme, which emphasizes quick, smart protection and outside zone runs. It's the perfect landing pad for a player motivated to regain his top form. And what about the other side of this? The Lions aren't just giving Decker away, they're strategic. They see this as an opportunity to reset their offensive line, save cap space, and draft or sign a younger tackle. This is a team in flux, chasing a new identity after years of mediocrity. And frankly, they might see this trade as a way to accelerate their rebuild. A smart move if they can secure the right draft pick and financial terms. But this isn't just about mechanics or numbers, it's about the narrative. It's about the story of a veteran who's fought all his life, who's faced injuries, criticism, and adversity, and who's now in a position to reclaim his legacy in a city starving for a competitive edge. Atlanta is hungry, and the NFL is watching. This trade, if it happens, could set a precedent, a signal that Atlanta is here to contend, and that they're willing to pull off bold moves to get there. So, what's the real impact? The immediate boost will be felt on the offensive line, providing Kirk Cousins with the protection he needs to channel his veteran brilliance. The Falcons' running game, it could see a renaissance, opening lanes for Bijan Robinson and Tyler Allgeier, defensive coordinators. They'll think twice about blitzing, because now, The Falcons have a seasoned, reliable tackle to handle edge rushers and free up the linebackers to do their job. It also sends a message across the league. Atlanta is serious about winning, and they're willing to make aggressive, smart moves to do it. In the long run, this could be a turning point. Decker's leadership and experience could help develop younger players, and his story could inspire that locker room to push further. Imagine the scene, a veteran's redemption arc on the biggest stage, leading a Falcons team that's eager to break its playoff drought and finally reclaim its former glory. That's the kind of narrative NFL fans and media alike will be talking about for years. And here's the kicker. I've heard whispers that the Falcons might have already initiated exploratory talks with Decker himself. That the player is intrigued, even excited, about the chance to reboot his career in Atlanta. With a coaching staff committed to developing talent and a fan base desperate for a winner, this could be the perfect storm for a dramatic comeback. In conclusion, as of this moment, the NFL's biggest trade rumor, the one everyone's been whispering about but no one dared to confirm, is shaping up to be nothing short of epic. Taylor Decker, the veteran tackle, might be about to trade the Detroit Lions for the Atlanta Falcons. And once this deal unfolds, it won't just be a footnote. It could be the spark that ignites Atlanta's next great chapter, forever changing the franchise's history. So stay tuned, my friends. Because I promise, what you just witnessed is only the beginning. The NFL's most explosive offseason story is about to explode into full view, and you're right at the front row. Keep your eyes peeled, because the next move could redefine everything. And trust me, when this trade hits, it will be remembered as one of the most audacious, game-changing plays in recent history.